Hi, this is Joe from Cloud Design Box. Welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to have an in-depth look at Search Coach in a Microsoft class team. So if you've not heard of Search Coach before, we're going to show you where it lives in a class team, how to set it up. We'll look through all of the settings and we'll have a little bit of a play with it in action so you can decide if it's suitable for you and if it will benefit your students. We'll also have a look at how it connects to the Insights area of Teams, so it can really provide you with some interesting information from your students. I'm going to follow up this video with a few tools in Microsoft Edge that are really useful for gathering research. So if you'd like to see that video, click subscribe and click the notification bell if you would like to be notified when we release that video. So first of all, I'm just going to show you how to set up the Search Coach tool within a class team. You can add the Search Coach to any channel within a class team. So in this example, I'm just going to use this channel that I've created here. I want my students to be able to do some self-guided research, and Search Coach is a great way to bring that into Teams. So in this channel, I'm going to navigate up to the top, click the plus button to add a new tab. Type in Search Coach here, it should appear. And it's this little green magnifying glass symbol. So if I click on here, just tell me a little bit about the application. You can scroll down and have a read. Once you're happy, click Save, and that will add it to the top of the channel. So the first thing you'll notice about Search Coach is it's very minimal, which is great for students who find internet research really distracting. There won't be any adverts within Search Coach. There are also a lot less distractions than you would find in a typical search engine, where you might have a tab for images, maps, shopping. So what you do get is just a search box that acts exactly the same way as on a search engine. This one is powered by Bing. Underneath there you have some filters, so we'll go through those and show you what they can do. And every day we get a new search tip, so we can really help boost our students' research skills when using the internet, or also just using databases in general. So let's just put in a vague search term to begin with, and you can hit enter on your keyboard or click the search button here. Search tips will continue to come up as you search, which are really handy. Scrolling down our list of results, you'll see that we get our usual link and a little bit of text, but underneath, really important, we have this credibility and transparency checker called NewsGuard. This will provide a score for each of your sites. So if we click on our top one here, you'll see that this site scores really highly for transparency and credibility. Content is well sourced, fact checked, and also the website is really open about who backs it, who funds it. This will get our students to start thinking about the quality of the research that they gather on the internet. Beyond that, it does tell us where the domain of the site, so whether it's a commercial site or a government site, and in some cases, if not in the US, it will also tell us the location of the site as well. It also tells us if it's nice and up to date and when it was last crawled by search engines. So the second result has a really high credibility score. I'm going to just open that up. What it will do is just open it in a new tab in my browser. So this site looks great. It's got plenty of information. I think I'm just going to leave that up for now and come back later and gather some information from it. So we can skip back to Teams, and maybe now I'll start using some of the filters at the top of the screen. The first option we have is domain. You can narrow the different types of domains here, and it gives really nice descriptions of what you'd expect to find on these sites. At the bottom, you can refine your search with regional domains. So maybe in this case, because I'm studying a bit of British history, I'm going to select United Kingdom at the bottom there. To close this filter, just click the box again and it will disappear. So now when I hit search, it will just bring up sites from the UK. So let's scroll down, and I'm just going to grab something here from the BBC. And I'll switch back. The second option along is file type. If I click here, so maybe in this case I want to find some PDF documents. So I'm going to tick PDF in the middle, just click on file type or the cross to remove that again, and hit search. So just to show this example, I'm just going to click on the top result here, and we've found a chapter of a textbook. And this even has some citations on the bottom, so this is going to be very useful. So I'll leave that open in a tab as well. Okay, so I'm just going to remove file type for now and just go back to web search. The next option is date range. This is really useful if you're searching for contemporary news and up-to-date information. I can click on date range here, and maybe I just want to bring up information that was updated in the past year. I'll click here, close that, and then hit search. I'll notice when we added some of the filters like file types and domains, it does add a little bit of text into here. These are called operators, and just by using Search Coach I can actually pick up on a few useful operators. Sometimes it will bring them up in your search tips as well, so it's really useful skills that I can apply outside of Search Coach in databases and search engines anywhere. The operators button will give me a bit of an introduction to how to use these, and these are really handy in narrowing down your search, excluding information or looking for specific information. So let's just use the top one as an example. If I click that, it will put it around my search term there, or I can use it as an example. So I'm looking for Elizabeth I's life, and then I also want to look for the specific phrase Spanish Armada. I'll hit enter on my keyboard, and brilliant, it's brought me a website just about Elizabeth I and the Spanish Armada. So you can see how Search Coach can really help focus my research there, and I have successfully managed to find a few websites without getting lost in the internet. Let's just look at a few of the settings on Search Coach to finish with, and then also show how we can get a little bit of data from Search Coach as well using insights. So I'm going to click back. If you are the teacher of the class, you do have the option to change the settings for Search Coach. These settings you apply only apply to this class. So if we click on class settings in the top right, a few things we can play with. You can change the background. There's a couple of different pictures to choose from here. More importantly, we can go to filters, and we can switch on and off these different filters. So maybe I don't want my students to bring up files that have been published to the internet. I could switch that off. Underneath here, you can create your own optional filters as well. So you can really put your students on rails and reduce the amount of sites that they could be searching for. So there is an example one here called fact check. If we click on edit next to fact check, you'll see there's 3 fact checking websites, so that we know they're going to be pretty reliable. You can add more to here if you wanted to, or delete any of these. You can have a maximum of 6 sites. If you want to create your own list, you can do. I'll just click create, and I can add some site addresses into here. I'm going to use National Geographic. I'm going to add another site, and I'm just going to have BBC Bite Size. So if I save that, so what that will do is provide an additional filter for my students who may be struggling with the wealth of information they're kind of bringing up in their search. So they can use this filter to put their search on rails essentially, and that might be really useful for some students. So I'll switch this toggle on, click apply, and you'll see there's a new filter on the end. So if I search again, this is searching the entire internet here. You can see the number one result is Wikipedia. If I'm finding this a bit overwhelming, I can click on GCSE history, and I can pick which sites I want it to search. So maybe I do just want to look at National Geographic. I'll just hit return. Now it's just going to bring me up articles from there. I know it's a fairly credible site, and I can just keep using that instead. Let's go and look into insights, because the more we use Search Coach, we'll actually start to gather some data about how our students are using it as well. So to look at data from the class team, we can use insights on the left-hand side here. So I'm just going to move across to Search Coach here. Now we get Search Coach information for the whole class. Numbers of searches, students who only opened the first result in the search, and students who didn't open any of the search results, which might suggest their searching skills are not great and it's bringing up incorrect information for them. If we go down, it brings us some more information about how our students are using the different filters across the top, the most common domains and common search terms in a word cloud here. So you can drill down for individual students and you can change the date ranges on this information as well. So that was a run through of Search Coach. If you've not seen it before, please let us know in the comments below what you think. If you are a user, then let us know how it's been beneficial to your students.